All right, here's the Celtics with their new lineup.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll be watching the Minnesota...
Happy New Year's Eve. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports for the NBA. We're all dressed up and ready to go. With Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. And we have a surprise guest, folks. There he is, the four-time All-NBA First-Teamer, MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, NBA champion, which is probably most happy about, most proud of, Kevin Garnett. Thanks so much for joining us for the game.
Man, thank you for having me, man. Shout out to 2K. You know what it is, 2K? Right. OBF all day, you know? Yeah.
You can't play 2K while we're doing 2K.
No, we can't play it right now, but I'm waiting. Shout to Shaq on this cover. Shout to my dog, Shaq. That's dope. That's what's up. Gas Shaq is on there. Right. Love that. That's what's up. These are deserving, man. That's what's up.
Celtics are looking to end their road trip here with a strong outing. Very strong basketball is the recipe for them right now. 4 straight wins, looking for number 5.
Yeah, well, you got to like what they've been showing here of late. Very solid basketball they're playing across the board, and you can point to a lot of different areas where they have been excellent.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. On the court right now for the Celtics. Chris Middleton is out there with Lowry, and there's Porzingis, then there's Markieff Morris, and it's Porter in at the small forward. Morris with a screen on Durant. Here's Porter. Rebound, Minnesota. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
I mean, what to say? They're big-time nail-biters. Seemed like it was going to go off forever. Definitely, they're going to be riding high off of such a tremendous battle that turns out in their favor.
And here's Middleton following the 3 from Kevin Durant. Porter can't get that one to fall.
Playing the revenge card right there, trying to get those 3 points right back.
And Kevin, there was such a whirlwind around your trade to the Celtics from the Timberwolves. What were your thoughts and emotions at that time?
You know what? Being in Minnesota at that time, it was very difficult for me. I didn't necessarily want to leave. I had a goal to bring the city a championship, and I felt like I could do that. Nothing worse than when you have to deal with the reality of change. I'm not the one for change, even though I do know in order to process or progress better, you have to embrace some change. So with the help of my friends from Chauncey Billups, Teron Lue, I sat and I thought through it with those guys who have been through the trade process and talking to me, getting me to understand my options. And once I understood all my options, then I just, it was about what was best for me and my family.
Wow, yeah, there's a lot to consider. Now, here's Green. He dishes it to Rondo. Shot clock at 5. Fires from the line. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. With this break in the action, we can see the top passing teams in the league, courtesy of the 2K leaderboard. Number 1, the Celtics.
The beauty of watching this team is seeing the ball move around the court. It doesn't stick. That's why they're at the top of that list.
Porter kicks to Morris. Morris a screen. Here's Lowry. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a 3-point play.
And what a take from Lowry, using that quickness to just blaze to the rim.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Free throw drops for Lowry. Timberwolves trail. Outside Rondo. Durant, the pass to Markkanen. Markkanen sets the pick for Green. Shot clock at 6. And a wide open look for Rondo. Rondo with another miss.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
The shot, no good. So Minnesota will take it the other way. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Mirotic. Green, the screen. And Mirotic kicks to Markkanen. Rondo dishes to Markkanen. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Markkanen's got his first 2 points of the night.
And I tell you what, Markkanen has already mastered the art of the bank shot. Loves getting it up there and knocking that one down. You have got to be in his space if you want to disrupt his rhythm.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Celtics lead by 2. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And we're getting back to the action in our New Year's Eve broadcast. And now here's Rondo. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. On the court for the Celtics. Lowry out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Porter. And there's Porzingis. And it's Morris in at the 4 spot.
D a little slow to get in his face. They're fortunate it didn't cost him.
Kevin, we know how hard the players work, the elite players work the hardest. We know the coaches work so hard. Everyone in that coaching staff, everyone wants the game called right. Is an added referee something that would help the game in any way, do you think?
More eyes on it.
We got 3 right now.
Listen, that's a lot,
That
man.
is a lot.
And we're yelling at those 3. Listen, more eyes on the prize, if you will, so be it. It's just about how the game is. You want referees to be consistent. You want referees to also let the guys play a little bit. You know, that's just my preference. I'm not a league official, nor do I know flow and momentum. I'm just talking from a fan perspective and watching it.
Yes.
But, you know, as a player, find things to complain about because that's what a player does when it comes to advantage versus disadvantage. But 4th ref, I don't think it would hurt. To me, it would be about how they were calling it.
Kevin, coming out of high school, you were relatively mature for your age, 17 turning 18, but do you ever regret not trying college and just seeing what that experience would have been like? I mean, it's such a long time ago, but you've had some chance probably to get some perspective on both sides of that story.
You know what, Kev, I look at it like the unknown is the unknown. Obviously, I've had friends that went to college. Some of my best friends went to college, and I think I've kind of lived it through them a little bit. Listen, when you have responsibility early in life,
which you did,
which I did,
yes,
and you know, so from a mature level, things that interest me are not that interesting as you get older, especially when you have to deal with a vigorous schedule of an NBA schedule. I wasn't able to, you know, be the 17, 18-year-old, chill, have, you know, lean on the parents a little bit, be able to be at home, you know, coming home through the weekends. You know, I had a real life that I was responsible for, and I was growing something. I was building something. You know, I was trying to not just be a young player in our league, but a young businessman wanting to establish something for myself, my friends, my family. You can't do those things thinking like a normal 17, 18-year-old. You're taking pieces from grown men around you all the time. You're around people who need something all the time. At some point, you have to put all this together. You have to make it work for you. And you have to put your spin on it for how it works for you and your brand. And you have to be innovative with that. You have to be creative with that. You have to have a vision.
Wow, yeah, there's a lot to consider. And it's sent back by Morris.
Oh, man, look at Morris. Use his reach to turn away a shot. He's excellent at cornering shooters and sending their shots back.
Adding a lot of flavor to the mix, Kevin Garnett. Kevin, thanks for stopping by. Always a pleasure. Hope you join us again sometime.
Man, Kevin, it's always a pleasure, man. It's always great to see you, man. Anytime you need me, you holler at me, all right?
Future Hall of Famer and a terrific person, Kevin Garnett. What a treat it is, Greg, to have KG with us. Always offers so much insight. Played the game for an amazing 21 seasons.
Yeah, you know, when he first entered the league, everybody was wowed by the athleticism. But what became more apparent really early on were the instincts for which he had for the game. And that's what he brings, I feel like, to the broadcast.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, make no mistake, defense is the foundation for this Celtics team. That's their calling card.
Both good from the line that time. And Chris, when you defend like the Celtics, you've got a chance every night.
Yeah, because of execution and communication. That's half of it. The other half is the grit and toughness. I mean, you got to have both, and they do. When their offense is clicking, they're just tough to beat.
Markkanen kicks to Green. Just 5 on the clock. Rondo passes to Markkanen. They get it back. Mirotic. Good work defensively by Morris.
That's how you protect the rim. Stand your ground and make him alter his release.
And here's Lowry. He's coming off a 10-point game against Portland. Morris a screen. Lowry kicks to Porzingis. This one for 3. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime
Welcome back,
Show.
folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny the Jet Smith. Boston found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. The second quarter was a tight battle, but they were the slightly better team. Not by very much, however. Kenny, what's your take on Boston? That's it for halftime. Glad you...
We come back to Minnesota now with a striking look at the 10th Avenue Bridge, downtown Minneapolis, off in the distance. Timberwolves trail by 4. We've got Green. Markkanen is out there with Mirotic. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Durant in at the 3, the small forward. So that's who Tom Thibodeau starts the second half with. We talk about young players improving their game a lot, but Chris, which veterans in the league have impressed you with their ability to change and adapt their game as they get older?
Well, Paul Millsap, I think he's been under the radar and underrated for the last 2, 3, 4 years. He's been the best post player offensively on the post, in my opinion, and I think his game is overlooked, and he's a veteran that continually gets better. And then other guys that add different parts to their game, like a Marcus Gasol, being able to step out and hit threes. He's a former defensive player of the year, being able to expand his game on the offensive end. You have to love guys that have the mentality that they can always improve like these two.
Markkanen can't get it to go.
Very slack defending, playing with fire to leave him that open beyond the arc.
That one goes in, and now a 6-point Boston lead.
Like the vision from Porter, not just looking for his own shot, constantly looking to get it to the open man.
Rondo with it, still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Mirotic gets the bucket.
Great job right there by Mirotic, using the screen to his advantage. He's excellent at creating space for himself to shoot.
Lowry kicks to Middleton. On the wing, Porter. Morris a screen. Porter against Durant. Porter, no luck.
Yeah, good interior D there, prevents the deuce.
Oh, wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly, then with the quick reaction time.
Rondo dishes to Markkanen. 5 on the clock. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And when Mirotic first came over to the NBA, he made a big splash, showed that he can act as that stretch 4 and contribute. Unfortunately, he just hasn't evolved as a player since that rookie year.
And for Mirotic, a lot of his lack, Greg, of progression as a player has come from inconsistency.
And you can see it in his field goal percentage as well as when he plays. It needs to find more consistency in every facet of the game. But young enough, I think, to still make that happen. Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
And it's Durant missing. Celtics leading by 4. Middleton the pass to Lowry. Morris a screen. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got 3 assists tonight.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Rondo kicks to Durant. Rondo dishes to Durant. Green, the screen, and Mirotic has it in the corner. And it goes out of bounds. That went off Porzingis. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for Boston.
And they really based almost their entire offense around the three-point shot. Spread the floor, space the defense, and if the deep shots aren't falling, at least it should open things up inside.
Here's Mirotic. Makes it off the glass. Mirotic has got 6 points in the quarter.
And even when you play good defense inside, Mirotic still has the answer. Outstanding at guiding up shots over the defense.
Screen by Porzingis. Lowry passes to Porzingis. Kicks to Middleton. Dishes to Morris. And it's in there. Morris has got the lead up to 6 now for the Celtics.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Mirotic, the screen. There's a good screen. Here's Durant. Morris with the block. Here's Lowry. He's got 9. Screen by Porzingis. Lowry kicks to Porzingis. No good from outside. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Celtics lead by 6. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And now we take a listen into the recent huddle from Tom Thibodeau.
Defensively, we got to do a better job.
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. So it's the Celtics now. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. On the floor for Boston, we've got Markieff Morris. Lowry out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Porter. And it's Porzingis in at the center, filling out the middle. Here's Middleton. Knocks down the 10-footer. Middleton's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Celtics. Rondo kicks to Green. Passes it to Durant. Markkanen sets the pick for Durant. Off the screen, and the bank shot is good.
All he needs is a screen to create just a sliver of daylight. Durant will take it from there.
Lowry kicks to Morris. Middleton on the wing, guarded by Green. Back to Morris. Morris a screen in the corner. Middleton with it. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got 4 assists in the game. Timberwolves trail by 9. Rondo kicks to Green. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Shot from free throw range. And the shot no good, a bit short.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
He gives them a double-digit lead. And it's a 12-point Boston lead. Well, Chris, NBA players will go around to every arena at least once in a season. Does each arena have its own feel and look? And how does that impact players when they play on the floor? A depth perception from the basket to the last row. They've told me that every building feels different. Is that true?
Yeah, every building does feel different, but because every player is different, you know, it just depends on which guy and which arena. You know, I used to love Portland because it was dark in Portland and it felt warm in there. I don't know why. I mean, I can't really even explain that well, but yeah. I used to love playing in Portland. And I know some guys that have an arena that is bright, or they just love getting there, or maybe they just love that city. So a lot of times, I tell you what arena I really loved, and it was the first time I went to Boston Garden, because I just sat and I stretched on the floor probably for the longest of any game, because I sat there and I touched the parquet floor and I got to look up at all the banners, and I, you know, kind of reading the banners there and who played there and what year they won, and tried to remember that team. And so in some arenas it's just special because who's performed there, who's been there before you, and so every arena has a different feel.
That's a great answer. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the break, I heard Tom Thibodeau as he talked with the team. And he was emphatic. He said, we are not going to win this game playing this way, fellas. You've got to step it up. You've got to get aggressive. And you've got to battle to get back in this thing. See if that pep talk got him going, guys.
Thanks, David.
Well, it's not always shots from deep that Durant will beat you with. He'll eat you up with the mid-range game as well.
They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
The fader. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Markkanen's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Durant. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Boston leading by 10.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Celtics.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
Yeah, Kevin, every time they left a man open deep, he'd get a good shot at the basket. Didn't hesitate, and that aggression paid off.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year. And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Markieff Morris.
Wow, he owned this game. He never stopped working. He did it all for them, and you can't help but admire that kind of effort.
Lowry dishes to Middleton. Morris with a screen on Green. Screen by Porzingis. To the middle. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. And the Celtics lead by 10.
Tremendous effort here on the road. That plane ride home is going to be sweet.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't care how good you are. It's tough to succeed in a hostile environment. They're doing it in style.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Markieff Morris.
And he's up over 50% from the field here tonight. And that speaks to how solid his shot selection has been. Nothing forced and really no bad decisions. Just good, smart, offensive basketball.
He got an extra boost from the grief these fans were giving him here tonight. They were riding him hard all night, and he ate it up. Some guys just like being the villain, I guess. Now Lowry. And so it's the Boston Celtics with the W. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up.
Haven't played 15 games yet. So Durant dropped 48. Mirotic with 24. Markkanen with 21 and 15. Danny Green with 15 and 12. Rondo with 24 assists. But a Kevin Love stat line. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Porzingis with 30 and 15. Lowry with 27. Morris with 27. Lowry had 15 assists. Morris had 15 boards. Middleton with 24 and 9. And Otto Porter with 21, 9 and 9 in his debut. So overall, Porter and Middleton, good trade so far. Battle from the paint, you're gonna win games. They just did it all.
I'm a B-boy, standing in my B-boy stance. Hurry up and give me the microphone before I